June 14th, 2014, started like any other Saturday. I was going to go run a quick 5K race, try to get it done in 22, 23 minutes, get a shower and go to work. So I get to the race, we do the anthem, the gun goes off, I'm turning up my radio, was maybe 50 yards into it, 100, and sat down on the curb, put my chin to my chest, and that was it. Two sisters saw me sit down in front of them and they rolled me over and said I was gray. That's when everybody that pitched in started doing CPR at that moment.
My name's Kaylee Vandersnick. I'm a registered nurse for the past 9 years. I also work at Kaplan University and I'm an adjunct instructor there as well. I had actually signed up for a local race, and being a few months pregnant, my husband and I were walking together pushing my daughter in her stroller, and the race actually had just begun. We were past Ducky's Formal Wear, past the bridge, when there were lots of people shouting and hollering they needed a doctor. My husband and I had actually passed where Rich was laying on the ground, and I looked at him and said, you know, I really think I need to go back and help. There were 3 ladies already there who were, had started CPR. I told them I was a nurse, I know CPR, and I'm here to help. Immediately I took over doing chest compressions for as long as I could. In between times I remember holding Rich's hand, checking for a pulse, hoping for a pulse. All of us were praying to him, talking to him, taking turns doing CPR. EMS arrived and the nurse and me had a hard time backing away, but I did. I remember leaving and telling my husband, oh, he just looks so familiar to me. I don't know how I know him. I can't put my finger on it, but there's just something about him. He looks familiar to me. So that's kind of where I left off that day, left it in the hands of the EMS, and they very promptly took over and took care of Rich from there.
I would not have known that this could have been an issue or become an issue like it was. Every year I had my blood workup done and it was always optimal. There was nothing that would ever indicate that this could happen. What happened is a piece of plaque had got caught in the artery, and it was like turning the master switch off, or the circuit breaker, if you will, and I sat down and couldn't get any blood flow, and it ended up being acute heart failure at that time. So as far as changing things in my life, I'm on some medicines now that I left the hospital with. My exercise regimen's still the same. I think for me, the psychological part was the hardest recovery. And that all started in the cardiac rehab with Dan and his crew there. They did an awesome job getting me back on the horse, so to speak. They told me with my age and my personality that I needed to start running again. So 9 days after it happened, they had me running on the treadmill. And it's just been uphill since. I think mentally, that's been the hardest part of this whole journey. We used to always joke, my doctor would say, your blood workup's great, keep it up. And I'd always kind of joke, I could get hit by a bus. Well, that was my bus. My faith has always been strong, and it still continues to be, but showing that people got involved, and that was without that, I wouldn't be here today. And so I can't even start to thank all the people, which I have. I think what I've tried to do a little bit more is not sweat the small stuff.
We only did chest compressions, which is what the American Heart Association is teaching now. Prior to this incident, Rich and I had seen each other. Come to find out, we went to the same yoga class. But before that, I didn't recognize him obviously that day on the scene, but we both share a family member in common. We didn't know it at the time, but she helped us connect and remain connected through phone calls, social networking, and we've even run into each other in the public or in the community a few times too, so that's been really cool for us.
Until you guys called me, I never realized I was a survivor in this whole situation. What it did for me was just reaffirm mankind and stepping out of their comfort zone. I know all of them ended up being healthcare professionals, but they were there as participants, and they stopped, took time to assist and help me be here today. So my why is for them, it's for me, it's for my family, so it's for everybody.